Happy Friday from Joburgtv News. I'm Mate with your top stories. EFF stands with IEC as smaller parties threaten court action. Transnet executive manager to continue testimony at state capture inquiry. And Public Protector's Office to study interim order on Nkwinti's case. The EFF says it does not understand why smaller parties are making allegations against the IEC. Multiple smaller parties allege that the processes were flawed during the counting of votes. They addressed the media at the Results Election Center in Pretoria, where they call for a rerun of elections and threaten to lodge a complaint in the Electoral Court. With over 70% of the election votes counted so far, the Electoral Commission has assured South Africans that they are credible. Transnet Executive Manager for Governance Peter Volmink is expected to continue giving testimony at the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture when the proceedings resume this morning. On Thursday, Volmink told the Commission that former Transnet Chief Executive Brian Molefe rescinded a decision taken by the tender evaluation team in order to award a company of his choice. Volmink says that there is a culture of bullying at Transnet where senior officials put pressure on employees to act outside of the organization's procedural requirements. Volmink said that Transnet awarded McKinsey Consulting Agency 8 contracts with a combined value of approximately 1.6 billion rand outside Transnet's proper procurement processes. The Public Protector's Office says that it will study the interim order by the High Court in Pretoria before deciding the way forward in the case involving Water and Sanitation Minister Gugile Nkwinti. Yesterday, the court ruled that the Public Protector Busiwe Mkhwebani's report on Nkwinti may not be made public or be presented to Parliament or the President. The report, however, has already been leaked to the public and handed to the President, who is supposed to implement recommendations. The Public Protector spokesperson, Opa Sekhalwe, says that they found the court order puzzling. And now to your sports news updates with Tatwa Tsimjali.
A good Freaky Friday to you. I'm Tatwa Tsimjalo with your sports news. Siminya ready to sacrifice the 800-meter World Championship title. Naomi Osaka loses in the Madrid Open quarterfinals. And Safa calls for drama between Sundowns and PSL to end. World 800-meter champion Caster Semenya is ready to sacrifice the 800-meter World Championship title in order to mount her latest legal fight. This comes after she lost the landmark ruling, which says she has to take medicine to reduce the level of testosterone in her body. In response, Caster says she will continue to defy the IAAF's medication rules. In tennis news, world #1 champion Naomi Osaka suffered a 3-6, 6-2 and 7-5 loss against Belinda Benesch in the Madrid Open quarterfinals yesterday. Naomi, who claimed the last 2 majors at the US and Australian Opens, will be traveling to Paris for the French Open. That starts later on this month and will be looking to scoop this title in the bag. If Osaka does not perform well in the Madrid title, she will lose her top ranking to Simone Halep. And lastly, the South African Football Association wants the pending case between Mamelodi Sundowns and the Premier Soccer League to be finalized before Saturday. SAFA has given both the Brazilians and the PSL a tight deadline to choose an arbitrator to oversee the case. Meanwhile, the PSL have appealed the decision of their own disciplinary committee to have the Brazilians fined 250,000 and Wayne Arendse 50,000 after the defender played in a match against Bidvest Wits but was not on the original team sheet. The PSL wants the ruling to be overturned, giving Wits a 3-0 win, while Arendse will serve a 2-match ban. That's all from the sports desk. Catch your last bulletin midday with Ayanda Vezi. Goodbye.
Let's take a look at your traffic and weather updates.
Let's take a look at your traffic and weather updates. Deep Kloof on the N1. There's a stationary vehicle on the link to the N12 eastbound carriageway at the Deep Kloof interchange. Midrand on the N1. There's a crash before New Road causing chewing traffic. Boysons on the M1. There are roadworks causing delays towards Crown interchange. And now to your weather updates. Johannesburg is at a high of 22 degrees Celsius. Midrand is at a high of 21 degrees Celsius. And Sandton is at 22 degrees Celsius. That's it for your weather and traffic updates.
And that is it from me and the rest of the Joburgtv News team. Catch your next bulletin at midday. Goodbye.